a little update. Outside front, it's pretty much done. Driveway needs top layer of shingle. That's going to be done once all plastering is done, because I'm using this for washing out and tidying up. Inside it's all ready for plastering, and plastering has already begun. Front bedroom is plastered and painted, ready for final coat of paint, and that's going to happen once the door is done, and just install these couple of bits of skirting, radiator on, electrics, and then we can do a final coat of paint. Now trying to bring the rest of it to same level. As you can see, this is big story, big difference from that, because I mean, decorating I'm not doing, that's my daughter and my wife, they're doing decorating. So I'm a bit lucky. My aim today is I want to plaster as much as I can this afternoon in the bathroom, because I want to start getting that bathroom plumbed in with a bath and tiled, because we might get some bad weather. So instead of doing stuff outside, still got a few bits to do outside, but instead of doing them, I want to make myself things to do on the inside. Also, I could just say, well, I could just carry on plastering, but I got a mate who does plastering. He's a bit busy at the moment. He helped me with front room, and he done on the back room, he done the ceiling and this right hand side wall. It's all done. Prepped up this wall with a mesh and bonding. Had loads of cracks. It's all prepped up here. I mean, I could carry on plastering here, but I'm thinking if I concentrate on the bathroom and the kitchen area, I can be doing bathroom and the kitchen, and then any spare days he can give me, he can come here and carry on plastering here. So it's just trying to utilize time and resources, really. So that's why I'm going to concentrate. I'm going to plaster the bathroom, and that side there, which is going to be a kitchen porch, utility, and in between the range I got to do rendering on this wall here. Let me just put on wall. So rendering from that pier into the porch, and then I can put down pipe down and bring the outside tap out here. Now regards to roof line, still need to do barge board. There's a barge board there, so barge board, and I'm still thinking exposing that ladder, the last rafter with the tails across, called ladder, expose that and check the felt condition, because usually what happens, the roof felt falls in there, comes off the last rafter and falls in, causing all sorts of issues. So I'm thinking I'm going to take 2 or 3 rows of the tiles from the verge off, check the lead, felt, redo it if necessary, replace the rafter if necessary, and then sort out the barge board, take out the asbestos in the same time, repug the verge, and then rebed all the ridge tiles back on. So it's still a fair bit to do outside, probably one good weekend, but that's no problem. That can be done by end of the project, as long as I have dryish weekend, that can be done. And inside here, as I said, I want for myself, plastering wise, prep up the kitchen area and the bathroom area, so I can concentrate on the bathroom and the kitchen, and my mate, as and when he comes, he can sort out the rest of that bedroom, front porch, hallway and lounge side, if he has time. If he doesn't have time, hey ho, I'll have to do it. So today on agenda is a little bathroom. First thing first, it's all been PVA'd already. So I've applied PVA solution across all walls apart from the plasterboard, obviously. You can actually see where I went with a roller across on the plasterboard a little bit. So that's all been done. But what I'm going to do now, I'm going to just put one extra coat of PVA just on this bonding area and over that render area, because that is usually what takes a couple coats of PVA just to make sure it's all sealed up. Previously plastered and painted walls, they don't need as much, so one good coat which has been done should be enough. But that there, just for safety, I'll put an extra coat now, and then put screen tape over the joints on the plasterboard between the wall and the ceiling, all the way around, knock up some multi-finish and start spreading. And this is what we're going to use. We've got some nice clean fresh water in the tubs, a big mixing tub, puddle mixer, good old Evolution, and some trowels. I'm using ox trowel. It's a stainless steel blade, and got ox Ultraflex finishing trowel. This one is a bit longer, this one is 16 inch, another one is 14 inch, so I've got 14 inch spreading and finishing 16 inch. For internal corners where you got two adjusting surfaces, I'm using this Marshalltown corner trowel, or how people call it, a tweeter. So that is if you do like two walls, neighboring walls, that's the one to finish the corner itself. Same between ceiling and the wall, and however. And PVA, right, that was a bucket trowel. PVA, got it here. So this is also already been mixed up, about half with water. So it's just simple, just run it over the wall. You can see it's not really absorbing, it's running down the wall, which is good. That means you had a really good first coat. That first coat already made that render nice and non-porous, because you don't want porous surface for multi-finish, because it dries, it sucks the moisture out of it really quick, and it dries. You can hear it crackling and drying as you're applying. That's not good. That's not good. So it really needs to be pliable and flexible for the duration of application. And that is, as we know, usually between 3 and 4 hours from start to finish on each set. There are ways of speeding up if you're doing some small areas, or retarding if you're doing large areas, but we're not going to need to do any of that. It's just going to be a standard set around. And a bit over the bonding. As I said, it already had PVA on, one coat. I'm just gonna top it up on these areas. The last thing you want to have is plaster drying too quick, because really there's nothing you can do about it. When you start doing that, you start plastering and it's drying too quick, it's going. You either struggle and make it finish somehow, or just scrape it all back, PVA the walls and start all over again. We don't want that. Right, let's do a scrim. So, scrim tape. Scrim tape is a little, like a self-adhesive mesh tape, synthetic, that you put over the joints. You can use Stanley knife to cut it, or you can use a scraper, filling knife, spatula, whatever. Just put it on, put it against, and pull it back, and it cuts there. Cuts similar way as like a duct tape would do. Not quack quack duck, like a trunking duct. And I prefer this is nice and light, put in a pocket rather than a Stanley knife or anything else. If you need to do like external corners, you can use a roll, run yourself a few strips. Just use nice and clean wool, preferably plasterboard. And then you take a pre-cut piece, come on, spider down, and then you can just run it in the corner. Just like that. Make sure you run scrim tape on every joint, on every crack. It will minimize any cracking and reappearing to the finished product. Scrim tape is relatively cheap compared to repair of the cracks after plastering and decorating. So don't scrimp, don't scrimp. Just as that. Oops, come on. Putting all the, running on all the corners. You can overlap it. Whatever you want to do with it, just stick it on. Make sure there are no cracks left and no joints left uncovered. What size I need around. And you can see all the joints been done, that crack there, all of that, all the corners, all the joints, that hole there, have a bit of hole there as well, put extra tape on it, even here, just in case. Yeah, all we done. That there is going to be boxed in with a shelf on this side, so you're going to have like shelves and boxed in, and a bath goes there. So the low level there, it's not important, and that corner there is not important. Next thing, I'm going to knock up some multi-finish. Just going to wet my mixing tub. And wet that and chuck it out. Get rid of the fine dust. Need about 10 liters of water for a bag. Clean water. Like that. Always wet the puddle, it's easier to clean it up. And get a bag in. Any tools you're going to use on a plaster or render or whatever, wet it first before you dip it. And as I'm mixing, I'm going to clean up sides and edges and throw it back in. Quick clean up when it's still fresh, saves you cleaning up later. So this mixer is now basically ready for another mix. Now, as I said, you can clean or wet the other tools. So a hook. And trowel. You can use a board to empty this on the board and then just scoop it up off the board. I just prefer to use it directly off the tub. So first one goes on to prime the hole and takes it off. Just stops it from sliding about. 3 or 4 scoops. You can see it's like a Greek style yogurt. And then let me turn this and start always on the ceiling, and then see what walls you're going to do with it. I always tend to start, I noticed that last time, from part side of the room that is away from the doorway. So from the almost furthest point from the doorway, that's where I start. No particular reason. I just noticed that one of the last times I was doing plastering. It was interesting, but didn't even know why. I'm just spraying nice and even, couple millimeters thick, 2, 3 millimeters. As even as you can. At this stage, it doesn't have to look pretty, it just needs to be covered. Again, 3 or 4 scoops. If you've got any crappy corners, push the material into through the string tape into the gaps. You want material to cling behind it. When you're doing around these, don't keep your head underneath because they always pick up some plaster and drop it. The last thing you want to do is get some plaster in your eye. It's very uncomfortable. Very, very uncomfortable. Been there, done that. Got a t-shirt. I didn't should do that. Shouldn't do that. I did it. It's a messy job plastering. I mean, I'm not plasterer. I don't do this for living every day. I do it for living, but not every day. This is not my main trade. Obviously, I'm doing it here because I'm helping my daughter. Whoop! That's almost going to slip off. Let me set it up. Now, half an hour so passed. Let's see. You can see that fingers are not digging in, but it's dragging the surface around. That is now ready for second coat. It's literally that you can literally drag the surface, but the back is intact. Leaves a little bit on the finger, but it's not moving the back. Back is really gone off, and surface still slightly pliable. Where it's thicker, it's more pliable. Where it's thinner, like on that wall there, it's less pliable, but it's still on. And that is now perfect time to knock second gauge, second lot, and put the second coat on. So now, the second one, you're not going to need as much plaster. probably about half of the volume we already did. We did a whole bag, so we'll go about half bag now. Half amount of water, half bag. I also use it on render, backing plaster, that's all good. Now next thing I'm going to use is a corner trowel or tweezer, as in this area people would call it. I don't know how they call it in your area. Just wet it well. Go to the internal corner, start from one end and run it across. Can that be actually seen well or not? You might have seen that alright, but let me unmount this and try it. So this is what we got now. You got that corner, that finish. So we get the tweezer, put it in, and as I push into it, look, that's already looking better. So a couple passes, some stuff goes on it. You got a bit empty there, the corner. Another pass. Look at that, there is still a bit rough corner. Another pass on. And that corner now it's nice and smooth. Don't worry about these bits underneath here. They're going to be sorted out on next trowel. Right. Move the trestle out of the way. So you do that. And that. Couple coats. Passes. See that corner? Rough. Tweezer on. Smooth. And there you go. Doesn't take off much, just takes the excess and pushes it into the holes. Now I'm gonna let it cure a little bit, and then we're gonna put another trowel over, like a nice wet trowel, just to get rid of these bigger bits, and then we're gonna do it with finishing trowel. Now we're coming to this point where the second coat is hardening up and fingers just pulling off slightly, ever so slightly off the surface. So I'm gonna do now is get a plastering trowel, wet it, and just go around and repair these little notches. See like that little line there? Can it be seen? Gone. Because it's hardened up enough so you can play with it. You're not gonna ruin it. And I'm not making it super smooth. It's just literally just to get rid of all the like the big bits. So when it comes to dry troweling, when it comes to wet troweling, when I put like brush and water on it, it's much less stuff to work around. Just literally, let me see if that's, yeah, that is on a wide angle. Running around the cable, check around the pipes. Let's do the top. So I'm just going from the corner down. And from the corner across the ceiling. Right, the ceiling is a bit too dry. I think I'll have to put some water on it in a second. This step is a bit controversial. Some plasterers say you don't have to do it. Well, yeah, you don't have to do it. It just helps with the next step. I sort of like it because it does help. And it's not much of the effort, to be honest. So if it helps and not much of the effort, why not to do it? Right, in the same time, light holes. I'm gonna cut out the excess. Because when I start doing wet troweling, when I'm brushing around and stuff, I don't want that dry bits to fall into my trowel and then start forming scrapes and notches on the plaster. So that's like that. So I'm just gonna wash that. Just flattening, not doing much. It's getting dry, too dry for this actually. But it's not bad, it's pretty flat. Couple little bits. Cleaning the corners. Right, let's get finishing trowel out. And the soft brush. Now this Ultraflex is really good. It's a game changer, to be honest. Excellent. So I took a little bit from the pile. That's going to go back in there. With the same plaster. It's already cured with the plaster on the wall and the ceiling. So it can happen, can be repaired. Right, that's first pass done. So I'm going to let it set a little bit. And I'm going to do second pass with less water. Just to flatten that. I mean, that is really flat. Just got a few little lines on it. Don't know if it can be seen. Probably can. No, can't. I can't see it on the camera. So yeah, another 5-10 minutes and I'll do another pass. Well, that is curing up a little bit. I'm going to get the corner trowel. And just do second pass on the corners. A little bit of water. And you can see now, remember we used to have like lines here and there? They're gone now. We don't have them anymore. So I got these few lines here. Just gonna get rid of them now on second pass in a minute. With that Ultraflex. It's really good trowel, to be honest. Right, back to second round of wet troweling. Just liberally apply some water to it. Some people, I know, they use like a spray guns, like a little 2.5 litre spray guns, and they just do a gentle mist spray over the whole thing. Tried it. I like brush. And just go gently around the edges. Smooth it all up. Water helps for trowel to glide over it, so it doesn't drag. You don't want it to drag. Drag causing ripples. And not nice surface. But you don't want too much water too early. Because what water also does, it removes the plaster from the surface. You don't want to wash it out. You don't want your plastered wall or ceiling to become grainy, because it washes the sludge off and just leaves the sand. You don't want that. So don't apply too much water too early. Just going to get rid of some sludge of the trowel. Into the corner, nice and gently. A bit more water on this side. You're not really removing much of the material, you just play with the surface that's sort of semi-hardened, And the whole trick with plaster is letting the back of the plaster to dry before the face of the plaster, so you can move the face of plaster about and smooth it up without actually moving the back of the plaster. That's why we apply 2 coats, that prime coat, first coat, and the top coat. And then when that top coat gets hardened up, that's when we're smoothing up the surface. And that's basically theory behind plastering. You can't do it too quick. There's some different plasters on market nowadays that will allow you to speed up the process. They will literally dry quicker. I personally don't like them. They're okay if you do a small maintenance job and you got a very small ceiling or something to repair, say like a leak in the bathroom upstairs and a little ceiling to repair, and you really just want to be in and out, then yes, for that it's okay. But if you got just to do plastering, you know, on the bigger sections and stuff, because with them quick plasters, you can't apply in too big area because you can't catch it up. You can't catch up with it in big areas. So if you want to knock up like we did now, 1 bathroom ceiling, 2 big walls and 1 short wall, you really want to use traditional multi-finish rather than them enhanced finishes that are going faster. Oh, I can hear the ice cream man. Should I treat myself to an ice cream? I think I will. Just gonna finish this section here, high end. Right, gonna get ice cream. Mr. Whippy with some blue stuff around it. Never had that before. I love good ice cream. This one is good. I think I need to be quick with it. I need to get back on this pasta. Nice. And this is the last coat now. It's called dry troweling. You only keep the trowel wet and clean, and you don't put any additional water to the plaster. And just firmly and gently just dry trowel it all. That will get rid of any even small little line or imperfection. After that, could be polishing, but I don't like to do polishing. Paint doesn't stick well to it. It can peel off, so it's really no point in doing it. But dry troweling, yeah, makes it really nice and flat. Just make sure you keep your trowel edges nice and clean and wet. There you go. I know quite a few plasterers that don't take pride in cleaning any holes for lights or sockets or light switches. It doesn't take long and makes the job from mediocre to high end. Right, that's done. Clean the tools. So this is my Ultraflex finishing trowel. It's nice and clean, nice and shiny. I had it for almost a year now. Probably plastered, don't know, maybe 40-50 bags of plaster. As I said, I'm not everyday plasterer, but I do my plastering, and look, it's clean. Look at the screw in the back. It's clean. Because I only use it for finishing and I wash it out after use. Look after your tools and your tools will look after you. Right, that one is done. That surface for today. So we've got our, see how smooth is that? Nice and flat and smooth. Ceiling, that wall, and that wall there. And as I said, I'm not bother. I don't bother with a corner because that will be boxed in, incorporated with a cabinet that was going to have shelves on this side because this wall is too big for the bath. Bath is going to come to about here somewhere, and then rest will be like a shelving unit all closed in. So tomorrow, fingers crossed, with God's will, I'm gonna do that wall there with the reveals. Then I could do something here. I'm still hamming and hawing. Should I just start from the porch end there, or should I just hit this big ceiling? I don't know. I'll see how I feel tomorrow. Then I'll make decision. So it's either the ceiling or this little ceiling, this wall on the side here, this wall here, these reveals, the beam, you know, all these like little bits. But really I would like to get ceiling done as soon as possible, because I don't want to do that wall and then ceiling. I want to do ceiling first and then that wall. So but it's big. You can see how big it is. So what I could do, because I've got this loft hatch here, I could stop there from that corner to corner of the loft hatch and across here, and just do this section here, and then later on I can do that section, and then just fill in these two joints, or even that small joint over there across back there, and this one here. I'll see. The various options. I just don't want to kill myself. It's a big ceiling. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It's probably 8 or 9 sheets of plasterboard. And it's stretched long. It's got all coming in and out. It's not like just one big rectangle or one big square. I know. I'll see how I feel. If I feel brave and stupid, I'll do it. If I feel weak, I'm not gonna do it. See you tomorrow.